This is Banter!
So the market is looking green today, but the data shows that over the last few weeks, Bitcoin has been fighting the biggest battle that it's ever fought in its entire history. The data also shows, though, that yesterday was the worst day in the battle. And the data also shows that Bitcoin won the battle. And every time Bitcoin wins one of these battles, it actually makes Bitcoin a lot stronger. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the battle that Bitcoin has fought. We're also going to talk about why this battle actually made Bitcoin stronger. And then we're going to decide whether the bottom is in and whether it's actually time to start buying again. So welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm Crypto Man Run, and I come to you every single day, 10 a.m. EST. And my sniper, who I can see getting already in the back there, comes to you in the mornings, and together we bring you a combination of technicals and fundamentals, which are second to none. Wow, I'm getting a huge glare from this TV. Let's try and maybe, there we go, that should be better. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. Subscribe to the channel because and like this content, because that's how we get the content out there. And I mean, we really are bringing you a lot of content these days. Good times, bad times, we are here for you. And today is really one of the biggest shows that we've ever made, because I want to show you about the battle that Bitcoin is fighting. And let me tell you, it's a massive battle. It's a huge battle. And you know me, I'm actually all about data. And so what I want to show you today is I'm actually going to show you the data that supports why Bitcoin is fighting such a big battle. And every time Bitcoin fights one of these battles, it gets stronger and stronger. In fact, in the whole history of Bitcoin fights battles and fights battles and fights battles. And every time it gets stronger and stronger and stronger and more resilient. And I'm going to show you why this battle was actually one of the hardest battles. In fact, the data shows it was the biggest Bitcoin battle ever fought. But Bitcoin is now out of it, and Bitcoin is stronger. And I'm going to show you data that supports all of that. So if you're new to our channel, welcome. Subscribe, like, because we are the channel that brings you free sniper school. Yeah, we bring you, I'm going to show you some slides here. Free, amazing sniper school. We don't charge you guys anything, but we want you guys to all get educated. We want to teach you guys how to fish and not actually bring you fish every day and show you. We want to show you guys how to fish. That's the most important thing. And the way we do it is by bringing you free school. The school is fun. It's interactive. It's got all the elements that you need. Let me show you. I mean, I know I showed some of you guys this yesterday, but look how cool it was.
This is Crypto Benta, this is Crypto Benta, this is Crypto Benta, Crypto Benta for you.
Wow.
Awesome. I am happy to make $100 off of this 1,000. And you need to say that before you've even entered.
So that is what Crypto Banter School looks like. It's sniper school. We teach you guys everything you need to know, so that when this bear market ends, and maybe the bear market's ending pretty soon. I mean, in fact, let's get Sheldon on right now and let us talk about Sheldon.
What's up, buddy?
Is this the end of the bear market? I mean, like, was this V-shaped recovery that everyone's talking about? I know the data shows that yesterday was Bitcoin's worst day or best day. It was the worst battle that Bitcoin has fought, but it won. And I'm going to show you guys that all later. But what are the charts saying in terms of the recovery? Is this a V-shape?
Good. We're well on our way. You know how it is right now. Obviously, I think the longs that have been really built up now in the last few weeks or so, that little wick down liquidated a lot of them. And I think right now it's a money hunt for these coins. I've never seen the market so scattered for coins. And what I mean by that is it's so volatile that why are they destroying people's emotions and making it easy to take coins from people these days? And that's what's sort of getting me. So right now the bounce is good. We just need the higher high, and then from that we flow as we go. But who says that wasn't the bottom? We can never say. Someone bought, and someone bought a lot. And you can see very clearly on the crypto bubbles today and see what's happened today. We can see how they bought a lot of people. There was a lot of money that was bought yesterday. So
well, that's what we're going to talk about that today. We're going to look at, actually, I've made a good spreadsheet for us to work with. And we're going to talk about
We just monitor.
Yeah, I said you cut out for a second there, but what I said is we're going to talk about all these coins today. I've made us an amazing spreadsheet that we can work off. And then we're going to talk about whether it's actually time to buy some of these coins, because I think there are a lot of amazing bargains out there. Like I haven't seen bargains like this on the market for for a long, long, long time. And I actually got into some.
Right, I haven't seen bargains like this. It's ridiculous, the bargains that are actually out there. It's just, you know what I mean? This is the stage. Someone's buying, and some of these alts are ridiculously cheaper.
Yeah, so I think today we're going to talk about that. We're going to actually give people a shopping list. We're going to work through the shopping list together. But first,
Cool.
let's get through the data first, because the data is the most important.
Somebody.
You know me, I'm all about data. I'm all about data, fundamentals. Right, yeah. Smash the like button. Let's go. I see that YouTube is limiting this content. It's limiting all crypto content. You know me, I'm all about data. I'm all about data. Fundamentals. It's killing us. I see it's only 1,500 likes. Come on, guys, smash that like button. Let's go. Yeah, I see some of you commenting about my McDonald's thing yesterday. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't everybody's cup of tea. Some people loved it, and other people not so much. They said it was maybe too soon. I don't know. Listen, if you can't handle it, I am sorry for you, because this is how we roll. We're not for everyone. You know what I'm also going to talk about? I mean, we're going to talk about today how Bitcoin has been under attack. And you know what I also want to talk about today, Sheldon? I want to talk about how Sheldon's been under attack. And how Ryan's been under attack, because there are a lot of very salty people out there, right?
Yeah. There's the ones that wanted to make quick money and thought it was going to be as easy as can be. Where I'd rather be fighting this battle through this time.
You know,
because when the reward comes, everyone's a hero. I love it. This is where the true potential and talent actually comes out, and this is where we show real warriors. I want warriors. I don't want little weakling ones in front. We want warriors.
That's exactly. I see some salty comments in your show and my show and on the Twitter saying, "Oh, the snipers got it wrong," and "Oh, Rand got us wrecked." Guys, the whole market is down. Altcoins are down 80%. No one could have called this. I mean, even the biggest guys in the world, Mike Novogratz, was on CNBC yesterday. The first question they asked him yesterday on CNBC was, "You called the bottom at 40,000, but now Bitcoin's sitting at 30,000. Where's the bottom going to be?" I mean, I don't know. Maybe people think that they're watching a fortune teller show. Like maybe they think we like fortune tellers. They forget that we're just a show that shows people what we're doing with our research, and that we're doing the same thing. And that when the market comes down, everybody's going to get wrecked, because that's how the market goes. But
we get up, and then that's the difference. Just wait. You're watching us through this time. Just watch again in 3 months. Keep watching. You're gonna see. Because everyone gets, at some point in their life, they get destroyed or something went wrong. We get up. There's a big difference of getting through these times.
Listen, this was always our strategy. Our strategy was always 50% in your HODL portfolio, which was Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Link. We've been buying those tokens and telling people to buy them for a long time. 40% or 35%, depending on when you joined the show, was in things like Luna, Arweave, which are still up 10x since November or 15x since November. And then 5 to 10 was in the low cap alts. And if you followed our strategy and you hold the strategy, I have no doubt. In fact, I can guarantee you that you're going to make money. But people are salty. Shame. Poor salty people. Salty people. Guys, put on your big boy pants. If you're going to play in crypto, you got to go through the ups and the downs. Yeah, you're going to go through the ups and downs. We're in this with you. We're in this with you every single day. We fight here every single day. We trade you guys in and out every single day. And the truth is, if you can't handle it, if you can't put on your big boy pants, don't watch the show. Don't watch the show. There's many other shows that you can go watch. There's the entertainment channel. There's many other channels you can watch. In the bull market, you guys loved it. The market came down. Everybody is hurting. Everybody.
But you know what I can say, Ran, to that, is we have thousands of people that love it and want to be here every day, and thousands of people that work with us. And that's the people we care about and why we do what we do.
We have the best and most loyal community in the world. YouTube says it. I say it. There are so many fans. I mean, I'll read you this thing. I want to thank you for giving the community invaluable knowledge about the crypto space. I watch your show every day, twice a day, because I fully trust that you'll change my life. I got into crypto recently and it has already changed my life and sparked motivation for me to pursue my dream of being a trader. I'm 18 and was planning to serve my country in the army. Why the hell would you want to do that? I was about to contract with the army, but I took a step back and considered the wealth of knowledge both you and Sheldon are giving the community every day and how much I've learned so far. After considering this, I'm trying to change my father's life, who is unable to retire because he does not have the money. Your show has allowed me to make $12,000 in the last couple of months, and I'm excited for what's to come. Thank you, Ran, for guiding me and the crypto banter community to change our lives. So we are changing lives every day, but I mean, there are some salty cracks. There are some salty people in there. I mean, I'll read you another one, and this comes from BitBoy and Elia. In fact, no, you got to listen to this. This one's actually quite funny. So it's from Leslie M. He said, I started dabbling in crypto last summer, buying $100 at a time when I could afford it. I think I started buying when it was 9,000. I only have 0.3 BTC, but it's something. Then I started watching all your content on YouTube, and the pretty blonde woman who shouts MDX, who I think drinks too much Red Bull or something, that I need a Valium to watch him. BitBoy, whom I like, but not really into cars. But then I found Crypto Banter. Oh, sorry, she says, you got to read that again. She says, then I started watching all of your content on YouTube. The pretty blonde man who shouts MDX, who I think drinks too much Red Bull or something, that I need a Valium to watch. BitBoy, who I like, but I'm not really into cars. But then I found Crypto Banter. Watching you both really put this into perspective for me. And I've started to buy a bit of some of the other altcoins you suggest, and have been able to build my portfolio. I'm old enough to probably be both your grandmothers or at least Sheldon's. Are you saying I'm old? I think I thought I was too old to understand all of this new world of DeFi. I really don't use social media, but I joined Twitter just a month ago so I could get your tweets. I'm trying to retire after many years of working, and I just wanted to thank you guys. Guys, this is what our community is about. And the truth is, we're not about the biggest community in the world. We're about the best community in the world. And if you want to be part of the best community in the world, join us. We're all in this together. We're going to have fun. But put on your big boy pants and take responsibility for what you're doing. The market is down. Everybody's market is down. We're all burning. I've lost lots of money. Sheldon has lost lots and lots of money. We've all lost. But we have a strategy. So join our community. Be a part of these people.
Crypto Benta for you. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. This is Crypto Benta. Crypto Benta for you. Smash that like.
Smash that.
Love it.
Be like those people. Join the community. Add value. Add value. Add value. And if you do want to add value to our community, meme at cryptobanter.com. If you have a meme at cryptobanter.com, send it to us and we'll play it. And we're getting these amazing memes from the community. I want to show you one or two of the others. And this is a message to all of you salty people.
Stop it! Stop whining! Bunch of banter babies! Smash the like button! Do it! Do it now!
Again,
I love it, Red.
I'm going to put you in the waiting room, and then we're going to carry on talking about this. Anytime you can share your screen, and we can get on the road. So, guys, smash the like button. If you want to be part of our community, be part of our community. If you don't, then go and be part of somebody else's community. But when you're part of our community, you take responsibility for your own actions. Remember, if you want to send us memes, send us those memes. Send us as many of those memes as you can, because we can feature them right here on Crypto Banter. I am going back to our old studio very soon. I mean, this light is so bad. I'm so sorry about it, but I am going back to the studio. I am trying to switch off the TV. Maybe it'll be better. I think that's a little bit better. A little bit better. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix the light a little bit more. Okay, that should be better. From next week, I will be in a much better studio, and we can get back to the normal crypto banter that you guys were all used to before I came all the way to Miami. Let me just try and do a little bit more on the lighting situation here. I know it's not great, but let's see how much we can do to fix it. That should be a little bit better. Okay, so I said to you guys at the beginning, in fact, let's just go back to the topic of memes for 1 second. So if you do have a meme at cryptobanter.com. If you want your meme featured on the show, send it to us. I want to show you guys another meme. Remember Charles Hoskinson said this? Do you remember this rant that Charles Hoskinson had?
So my warning to anybody who will listen is don't buy Doge. Get out of Doge. If you've made money, great. Get the hell out of it. It's a bubble. It's not real. There's nothing sustainable there. And to the industry as a whole, stand up to this behavior, this manipulation. We have grown beyond this. If we continue doing these things, we will be regulated to a point where we no longer have freedom and autonomy, and we're no better than the banks. You'll have to get a crypto charter. just like you get a bank charter, and it'll be an invitation-only club and controlled by the top down. And any freedom that we have managed to pull back from the legacy financial system will be lost because of our stupidity and avarice. It has to stop. And it's getting too big. 45 billion, 50 billion. What happens when it gets to 100 billion? It gets to 200 billion. These numbers bring lawmakers in. These numbers bring international regulation in. It has to stop. And it's not, no one seems to be calling it out and saying, hey, let's slow this down. Hey, industry, be careful. There's no substance behind what's happening here.
So that was Charles Hoskinson's rant about Dogecoin. I don't know if you remember it. And I think if I've got the second part of it, let's have a look here.
Let's be very clear. This is a bubble. The price of Doge is not sustainable. It's going to collapse, and a massive amount of retail money is going to be lost very quickly. My belief is that after that bubble bursts, it will be a catalyst for regulators and lawmakers to get involved in our industry and hurt the entire industry. It's not a good event. And by no means is this sustainable. You know, when you look at the third generation of cryptocurrencies, the Algorand's, the Tezoses, the Avalanches, the Cardanos, the F2s, each of these projects have large teams, capital, and accountability. People wake up every single day to try to get the software, the protocols, and the ecosystems to the next level. They have the aspirations or reality of use and utility. People use these systems to do interesting things or promote new business models that we've never seen before. Doge does not have a stable development team. There is no original technology in Doge. It's a copy of Bitcoin. If at 2 o'clock in the morning a major flaw is discovered,
So you remember that rant? I'm sure you do. I played it here on the show. Well, it looks like Charles Hoskinson's actually done an about turn on Doge. Believe it or not. I mean, I didn't believe it when I saw it, but look at this. It says Ethereum co-founder Charles Hoskinson hopes Elon Musk call to upgrade Dogecoin will give it more real-world use and prevent a collapse in value. And what he says in the article, he says he is hopeful and he thinks it's going to happen. He says Dogecoin is a reasonable target for someone to fix it up and make it an interesting cryptocurrency on Friday. My hope is that a compromise can be made where real developers come in and they can start working on Doge to create some use and utility for it, so at least it has a floor value and it won't collapse. So it looks like after his whole rant, he actually thinks that with Elon Musk's efforts, Dogecoin can actually become something. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I mean, I think that there's so many better tokens out there in the market. Why would you want to be buying Dogecoin of all coins? There's so many better markets out there, and we're going to talk about them today, and they are cheap. So why would you want to be buying Dogecoin? Seriously, what for? Guys, what do you think of the new merchandise? What do you think of the new, you can't really see it because of these damn cameras, but the Crypto Man Run merchandise. I'm going to start giving some of it away pretty soon. Let's go into the big story of the day. I think that's the one we want to talk about today. And that is that Bitcoin is actually under attack. And data shows that this attack is actually the biggest attack that Bitcoin has ever had to go through. Bitcoin has never gone through such a big attack. And every time Bitcoin goes through an attack, Bitcoin actually becomes stronger. So let's look at what is happening with this attack. As you can see in this tile, it says the attack it's an attack on all fronts. The big part of the attack is obviously the China FUD. And we'll talk about that in a second. But there are other parts of the attack. There's the ESG FUD, which is still part of the attack. There's the Greyscale FUD. How many of you actually even knew that there was Greyscale FUD out there in the market? Well, I'm going to talk to you about what this Greyscale FUD is actually about. But Bitcoin is under attack. And it is under the biggest attack that it has ever gone through in its entire existence. If you understand what Bitcoin actually is, Bitcoin is a network. And the value of Bitcoin is dependent on the size and strength of the network. And they call that size and strength of the network the hash power of the network. And it really is a function of the number of machines or miners that are active in the network securing the network. So, I mean, it's very simplistically, if that's the Bitcoin network and every single one of these miners is one hash, and this is, I mean, the numbers are garbage, but just giving you an idea that if every single one of these miners is one hash, the total value of the network, or the total power of the network, is the addition of all these hashes. And that is the hash rate or the hash power that secures the Bitcoin network. Now, what happens when miners go off the network? Well, there's an example over there. So if miners go off the network, there are less miners securing the network. There's less hash rate in the network. The network becomes less secure. And if Bitcoin is not secure, then it doesn't really have any value, right? Because the value of Bitcoin lies in its security. That's the USP of Bitcoin. The China FUD and China kicking out all the miners has reduced the hash rate to the lowest levels, or the biggest reduction in hash rate that we've ever seen. And I want to show you this in a chart. I think we spoke about it a little bit yesterday. If you look at the blue chart on the bottom, the blue chart on the bottom is the hash rate chart. And you can see this hash rate chart goes all the way back to 2021, but I'm actually going to make it longer for you guys, just so that you can see how the hash rate has been in history. Now, what you will notice is that the only time that Bitcoin has dropped this much in hash rate, and it's dropped from, let's call it 1.7 to about 0.8, so 50% hash rate drop, is now. And usually that's a sign of a weakening of the Bitcoin network. It means that the miners are not profitable or can't be part of the network, and therefore what happens is the network becomes much weaker. The network goes from this level of miners on the network to this level of miners on the network. And for short periods of time, if you understand how the Bitcoin hash rate works, Bitcoin produces a block once every 10 minutes. Sometimes when there are less miners, they drop the hash rate, they drop the difficulty that is required for each miner to bring more miners back onto the network. And the number of miners fluctuates, and so the blocks continue to go at one block every 10 minutes. But now with the China FUD, and I want to show you something, the China FUD is actually very, very, very real. China is very, very seriously removing miners from the network. That is a picture of an empty mining rig in China, or an empty mining structure in China. And what you can see here is you can see that the cables have actually been cut off. This building is now completely empty. And it was one of the many mining facilities in China. What we can also see is that there are planes full of mining equipment which are being flown, and they're being flown to none other than Kazakhstan, where there's cheap renewable energy, and Texas, where there's also cheap renewable energy. So Bitcoin is fighting the biggest battle that it's ever fought, because never before in the history of Bitcoin has the hash rate, has the strength of the Bitcoin network been this low. And now the strength is this low, which means that the miners are coming online. Big question. If this is happening, why is it happening? Well, we know it's happening because the miners are leaving China. Is this a long-term thing or a short-term thing? It's a very, very short-term thing, because there are already rigs on planes. I wonder if I've got something to show you guys. Here we go. Have a look at this. This is a headline that says, over 3 metric tons of Bitcoin mining rigs have been airlifted out of China. Where are these mining rigs going? Well, let's have a look at where they say, what it says at the end. The mining rigs are going to places like North America and Kazakhstan. So you can see the Chinese government is the reason for the shutdowns due to energy consumption, the energy consumption of farms. The Chinese government doesn't want these farms there, and they are lifting these things to Maryland, USA, and to Kazakhstan, where there is green energy. And this shift in green energy is going to continue. In fact, it's going to continue so much that very soon they're going to go to El Salvador. And if you want to watch something amazing, watch our documentary on El Salvador later today. We are broadcasting a full 1-hour documentary of my trip to El Salvador. Let me tell you, it is amazing. We met the entire presidency. We met all the advisors to the president, the Minister of Economic Affairs. We went to see Bitcoin Beach. You really, really, really want to be watching that documentary. We'll release it sometime after the show today and watch it. We also went to the volcano. We went to the volcano and we saw the plans to build this geothermal power plant, and it's real. So that is the biggest missile in this battle, the biggest attack front in this battle is the China FUD. And the fact that the hash rate is down, and the hash rate is down bigger than it's ever been. But as I said to you, there are a lot of other missiles that are being fired at Bitcoin right now. And that's why I say it's the biggest attack Bitcoin's ever had. There's the ESG missiles. There is a Greyscale missile. Guys, did you know that Greyscale is actually attacking Bitcoin at the moment? Yeah, Greyscale is attacking Bitcoin at the moment. And I'll show you what I mean. So up until now, the Greyscale trust has been a one-way trust. You could apply for shares in the Greyscale trust, and they would use your money to buy Bitcoin. And you could never redeem your shares in the Greyscale trust. In other words, it was like a one-way trust. You could buy, and if you wanted to sell, you had to sell the shares in the open market. And I've been talking to you guys a lot about the premium and the discount to the net asset value and all the problems with the Greyscale trust. Well, now the Greyscale trust is actually allowing people to redeem tokens or redeem their shares in the Greyscale trust. And if you read this article, what it says is, it says that there was one window of redemption which happened between in June, between the 19th and the 22nd of June. So it says, in fact, the total of 34,630 Bitcoin will be unblocked in 4 days between the 19th and the 22nd of June. And then again in July. So while the 16,240 Bitcoin that will be unlocked in a single day on the 17th of July. So what that means is that part of this sell-off that happened in the last couple of days was actually Greyscale, the largest buyer of Bitcoin, now selling into the market, selling numbers. I mean, read these numbers again. 34,360 Bitcoin was sold by Greyscale into the market, into the open market. No wonder the price went down, because this happened on the same day that the miners moved their machines out of China. To do that, the miners had to sell Bitcoin, because how else do you pay for new miners? How else do you pay for transporting your machines? How else do you get the cash flow? So you had yesterday, this all happened yesterday. Greyscale dumping 34,830 Bitcoin into the market. The ESG FUD, which has been ongoing, and miners dumping their Bitcoin because they had to get to China to set up new mining rigs. And at the same time, you've got the hash power down, and everybody knows that when the hash power goes down, the strength of the Bitcoin network is down. This all happened yesterday and the day before. No wonder Bitcoin collapsed. No wonder everything happened. But guys, in the history of Bitcoin, Bitcoin has been challenged multiple times. And every single time Bitcoin gets challenged, it comes out stronger. The network comes out stronger. And I'll give you an example. In 2017, Bitcoin was attacked. And the best attack that people could think about for Bitcoin was that Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin can never do the transaction speed. Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin. So what happened? There were a lot of people that were invested in Bitcoin, right? Me, you, many other developers. And by virtue of the fact that we were all invested in Bitcoin, we wanted to make sure that this network succeeded. And so what we did was we came up with a plan. What is our plan? Well, for one, we changed the narrative. We said that Bitcoin is not actually money, it's a digital gold. At the same time, a lot of people, including myself, invested in many Lightning Network applications, right? So we invested to make the network stronger. And now today, when people say, Bitcoin will never be money, we say, it's not supposed to be money. Bitcoin is actually digital gold. But it can be used as money. It can be used as money using the Lightning Network. In fact, so much so that there is a country right now that has made it legal tender. This would only have been possible because there were people invested in the Bitcoin network that wanted it to succeed. And when Bitcoin got attacked, we all got together and made the network much stronger. Now let's look at this attack on China. Since 2017, a lot more people have invested in Bitcoin, a lot more. It's not only the early people, it's the institutions now. It's the funds that are investing. the biggest funds in the world. In fact, hold on a second. I think I read somewhere. In fact, I know I read this somewhere. I've got to find this for you. Got to find this for you. Oh, here we go. Visa and PayPal invest in Blockchain Capital's $300 million blockchain fund. Visa and PayPal just invested $300 million into Blockchain Capital's fund. Morgan Stanley, who have been investing in Bitcoin, invest $48 million into a Series B for blockchain firm Securitize. What I'm trying to show you guys is that in 2017, it was just a few of us fighting the battle. But the market's come a long way. And now we have a lot more stronger, deeper wallets helping to fund the battle. People like MicroStrategy, people like all the banks, people like all the funds, people like Stan Druckenmiller, people like Ray Dalio are all incentivized to make sure this works. So when Bitcoin gets attacked, and it gets attacked by ESG, Elon Musk tweeting about ESG. In 2017, we wouldn't have had Cathie Wood standing up and saying, don't worry, I'm going to invest money in green energy mining. Don't worry, I'm going to, or Raoul Paul saying, don't worry, we've got this. Ray Dalio, Stan Druckenmiller. In 2017, this would never have happened. But now when Bitcoin comes under attack, there are more people, and now the biggest people in the world, Square, Visa, PayPal. The CEO of Square is Jack Dorsey. The CEO of Twitter is Jack Dorsey. I think Jack Dorsey is one of the most powerful people in the world. He managed to block a sitting president from participating in the open network. He has more power than sitting presidents. So now when we fight a battle, the battle is fought with much bigger muscles, with much bigger muscle power. And so you want to ask me about this China FUD? Yeah, the hash rate is down. But I showed you articles that the biggest names in the world, listed companies on the NASDAQ today, are moving 3 metric tons of miners to Kazakhstan and are already set up and are already mining just a few weeks later. So I think that yesterday was the worst day that Bitcoin is going to see in a long time. The combination of our ally, Greyscale, who have done amazing stuff for the market. Can't say they haven't done amazing stuff for the market. But the combination of Greyscale selling 34,630 BTC into the market because people wanted to redeem. The combination of the hash rate dropping to the lowest levels in the world or in the history of Bitcoin, the biggest drop in the history of hash power ever, happening in one day, is by far the biggest attack that Bitcoin's ever going to have to fend or has ever fended, right? And now, when you look at it, Bitcoin is much stronger. It's already much stronger because there are more people like us, like the banks, like Raoul Paul, like Michael Saylor, like PayPal, like Visa, like every single company and every single individual that has Bitcoin on his balance sheet is now incentivized to make sure that this network actually works. There is a nation that is incentivized to make sure that Bitcoin actually works. Very soon, the World Bank is going to be incentivized to make sure that Bitcoin works because El Salvador legally can now pay its payments to the World Bank in crypto. So every time Bitcoin gets attacked, it comes out stronger. This time, Bitcoin got attacked. And it was a tough battle. It was a monstrous battle. It was crazy. It was 34,000 Bitcoin being dumped in a day. It was Elon Musk calling us out for ESG. It was China banning Bitcoin and actually clamping down at the worst time. But it's finished. The miners are moving. The hash rate is going to start going up any day now. The network continued to mine blocks. Maybe they didn't come out every 10 minutes. Maybe they took 11 or 12 minutes. But net, over time, no one's going to remember that a few blocks were mined in 12 or 13 minutes as opposed to 10 minutes. And the network kept putting out transactions. If you looked at the mempool wasn't full. The rates were low. The transaction fees were low. The waiting times for transactions to be cleared, almost immediate. Bitcoin survived the biggest attack in history. And today, we are much stronger for it. And the market is telling us this. The market is telling you that after yesterday's attack, Bitcoin is 14% stronger. Well, why am I getting these crazy prices here? Okay, so the market is telling us that Bitcoin is 14% stronger. The market is telling us that Binance Coin is 25.2% stronger. That Cardano is 17.3% stronger. That Doge is 36% stronger. The market's seen what I saw. The market sees that the biggest battle in the war to date was fought yesterday. And we won. Bitcoin won. We won. Crypto won. And now it's back to business. And it's back to the business of buying and making sure that you buy amazing, amazing, amazing altcoins. Now, I'm not telling you to ape in. In fact, let me get the sniper back on the stream. Sniper, you're back. I think you're muted.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we won, man. We won. What do you think?
Well, if I looked at it, I was having a look at the total market cap. We're $200 billion up since yesterday's low. So
That's
someone, I don't know who, $200 billion were bought back into the market yesterday since the drops through yesterday.
That's usually a sign that we've hit the bottom. That's usually a sign that we've hit the bottom. But I must say to all of you guys, I think that with these kind of things, we always have a retrace. Sheldon, let's call up that chart. Let's see what this looks like on a chart.
What, the total market cap?
Yeah, let's get onto a chart.
There we go, buddy. Yes, it yeah. Just let me know it is shared. I only have one screen here today. There we go, buddy. So we can see. So this was obviously a very key support that I've been holding for a very long time. And we literally had that a little exaggeration down. We understood yesterday that we had the shorts. The longs. Let's have a look to see where the longs are. Here we go. The longs are still going up very much, but we saw there yesterday that they are sitting at all-time high territory. So the fact that Bitcoin yesterday had that little push through that 30,000 to the $29,000 region, it makes sense because what does that do? I saw yesterday there was a ton of liquidations happening again. And we could see over here that we had that quick acceleration to the downside, but we have held that trend perfectly in place over there. And like I said, since yesterday, it's just over $200 billion have been bought up at those zones. So it's a very positive bounce, and that's obviously, still huge high time frame structures. We are still holding the whole market, not just Bitcoin, the whole damn market. This was a very, very good sign to see.
Now zoom into that chart onto the 1 hour time frame. So I think that you're looking at the daily time frame. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame on that chart. So what you can see is there's a massive bounce, and we're going to go do a quick retest, right? And then we're going to go up again.
Yeah, so you can see here all that it's doing now is a ladder. The main thing is this was a really strong push, but we can see there we just turned. Let's get that over there. Why is that not selecting? There we go. That just turned that into support, and now obviously we're looking for this big V shape for us to make our way slowly up to that zone, get the test, and continue the way up. But high time frame, that was the perfect. That's the place where we should have bounced. That support. That's a really high time frame, and now we got the higher high, and we started to push up. So it's looking good. We can see today. The problem is the last 2 weeks, and the last thing is, we battled to get. When last did you see a day like this when the market was actually doing 10-20% up on some coins? It's been a while. It's been a while since we've had these returns. So
look at Rune.
Look at this.
30%.
Look at all these coins over here. Yeah, Solana 37%. So we haven't had this in a while. So that's a really, really good sign that we're finally getting volume. And this was a big thing for me, right? Was if I jump here to the daily, is we finally started to get volume in. So you could see how previously we were trailing in this little downwards, no volume. And there we got a pin drop candle, or reversal candle is what they call it. And for the first time, we have volume. So we got good volume that's finally coming. So that's a brilliant sign that we finally got volume and a reversal candle, and the market cap's bouncing in that zone. 200 billion back in the market in 24 hours, which is crazy. Someone bought.
We're buying. I bought yesterday, and I'll show you how I bought and why I bought in a second. I want to see one more chart. But before we look at the chart, what was my call on Bitcoin dominance? Do you remember when this whole thing started? What did I say to you about Bitcoin dominance?
It's still marked up there. I see we had a little push through there, a little bit of that trend. We are literally fighting that trend right now, but 50% was the call, Ran.
I said to you, Bitcoin, when this mess is going to be over is when Bitcoin hits 50% dominance or around there. And then I said, it's going to go to the 50% and then and that's when everything's going to go back to normal. I think that yesterday we just touched 49 or 49.5%. What was the Bitcoin dominance at yesterday?
Well, it was actually today. We had like a random spike about 2 hours ago. It took us to 49.2. Now, we're starting to see signs now that the dominance might be breaking to the upside. And this means that there is possibility it can go a little bit higher than that 50. You know, we can go a little bit. And this is maybe what we just need. I know it may just take a little bit more time for the alts to wake up, but this is maybe what we just need to get Bitcoin back. End of the day, when Bitcoin's out, the whole market feels better. So if we do have a breakout here and it can push up to, let's say, up to these zones, the 55, somewhere in that region, another 10% from where we are, we'll get Bitcoin where it needs to be. And then we can have that strong. So what we can look at is a push up to that zone and then a strong push down. That's where the alts will really strive. But we might just need this push. We might just need the alts to just sit flat for a bit to get Bitcoin where it needs to get. But doesn't mean the alts are still going to grow with Bitcoin. All I'm meaning is they're not going to overly overpower Bitcoin or overperform than Bitcoin, but they're still going to grow. So still stocking up on the right coins and getting on the right ones is still the best strategy to do now, because it's still going to grow. And at some point, we know it's Bitcoin, then the major alts, and then we start the cycle again. But this is maybe what we need. If we break this trend and the dominance shoots outside, this is what we probably need. And this is a good sign that we are getting volume in Bitcoin. That's a really good sign that we're getting volume again on the daily.
Yeah, that's an amazing sign. We're getting volume on an uptrend, which is very, very good. I told you that I think Bitcoin's going to hit 50% dominance. I think it's I say it could go to 50.5. I don't think it's going very much over the 50.5. And the reason is, let's talk about the psychology of that. The psychology of that is people want confidence, and the confidence is going to come from Bitcoin. And once the people have confidence, then it's going to turn and it's going to go down, and it could go down very quickly.
Definitely.
I must just warn all the viewers. I've seen this scenario before, and I think that this might be a bounce, and I think that this bounce may come back. So just go to Bitcoin or go to total market cap. I think it's the same. The chart will look exactly the same.
Okay, so, I just have some drawings there. Yeah.
See that
what do you need daily?
Go into the short time frame. Go into the 4 hour or the 1 hour.
Okay, cool. Let's just get rid of this. There we go. Yeah. What do you need there, buddy?
You can see that it's touched the support line and it's gone straight back up. It's probably going to come a little bit down before it just shoots up. So it's very, very important, if you're starting to buy in, that you don't buy everything now. Don't buy everything now. I was so tempted. I had some cash on the side yesterday because I sold my left kidney on the day before on eBay. Yeah, so in the morning yesterday, I had the kidney removed, and then I came and did the show. But I had some money, and I was so tempted to go all in yesterday, and I said, don't, just in case there's another thing. And what I did was I actually created a spreadsheet, and I want to go through the spreadsheet with you. So let me share my screen.
Cool, go for it, buddy.
So I created a spreadsheet. It's based on something that Ed, our mutual friend Ed, always sends me. And what I did, and I think we should go through this today and do a few of these, right, is the following. I created a list of tokens that are A-grade tokens that I think will survive a bear market and that I really want to get in on. And I mean, there's a lot of them here. There's about 38 of them here. Then I took the all-time high. Then I took the monthly low, which is the lowest point that these tokens have been at. And I took the price now. And I'm starting to look at them and I'm starting to ask a few questions. How far away are these tokens from the all-time high? Because that shows me how high they can go. How much have they bounced? So the reason I want to know that is I want to know, have I missed the bounce? Have they run too much for my liking? Okay. Now, I've put in 3 other comments. The first comment is, what is Sheldon's entry point? What do the technicals say is the optimal entry point? Will it definitely survive a bear market? And can I get a staking reward? And how much is my staking reward?
Brilliant.
And why am I asking all these questions? Because I'm saying the following. Your entry point is going to tell me what the best price to buy in at is. Whether or not it will survive a bear market, if the answer is no, it gets immediately removed off my list. And is there a staking reward? Says, how much money am I going to make while I'm holding this thing if I have to do a prolonged bear market? And based on all of these things together, we can make a call as to which tokens we should be buying and which tokens we shouldn't be buying.
Awesome. Love it.
So
Yeah, I think it'll take us some time to go through all of them, but I think we can go through a few per session as we go, and we can get this list completed. The staking is brilliant, Ran. You know, for buying these coins and staking them and holding them through, you're going to soon see the reward because you're making coins. And obviously, when the dollar value goes up is when you really, it's basically double compounding. It's really, really powerful. But I think the main thing with a lot of them now is obviously dominance is up. So everything is following Bitcoin. And what you're saying now about a short retrace, that's very possible. We need Bitcoin to get to 36 first. 36 first, then a retrace, and that's when we are triggering in with a lot of them. It's just to confirm this bounce. The volume is there, everything's showing us we're strong. Let's keep going. Come bulls, come bulls, come bulls. We need you.
People are asking whether we're going to share this sheet. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to work on this sheet today and tomorrow together, all of us. We're going to start now. We're going to do 10 minutes of the sheet now. And then we're going to actually publish the sheet and send it out to your community, to the whole community. And once we've sent it out to the whole community, they can have a copy of it. I know a lot of YouTube channels have spoken about this, but I have to reiterate how important it is to not buy it once and to dollar cost average. And I want to show you an example on Solana. And the reason why I want to do Solana is because you guys remember that my first purchase of Solana that I showed you guys, I did buy some before, but my first purchase of Solana was at $45. And $45 seems like a long way away. But I bought 10 Solana at $45. Then I waited and I bought 10 Solana at $30. And then I waited, and yesterday I managed to pick up 10 Solana at $25. And if you add up now, in total, I have 30 Solana and I paid $1,000 for those 30 Solana, which means that my average cost per Solana is actually $33. So even though I paid 45 and then I paid 30 and then I paid 25, my average cost is $33. And I started buying this in the peak of the bull market, the last couple of days of the bull market. Sheldon, what is Solana trading at the moment?
Just over 30. If I have a look here quick. Let's see. There we go. $31. So it's actually it's bouncing brilliantly, Solana. I must say, it really reacts well to when the market turns bullish.
You know why? Let's talk about why Solana is doing so well. Let's actually go through the sheet here. So Solana at its peak got to $58.03. The low was $20. So it is 64% below its high, and it's bounced 48% since yesterday. Will Solana survive a bear market?
Definitely.
In fact, let's actually write here. Definitely. Does Solana have a staking reward? Definitely, yes. Don't know what it is, but let's say for argument's sake, it's 7%. I'm not sure what the Solana staking reward is. We will fill that in. All right. What do your technicals say about the best entry point for Solana right now?
It's still this big buy zone of mine, yeah. So entry points between $20, $30. Do you want the exact amounts or do you want a little range?
Let's go into an exact.
Well, yesterday obviously was the best buy, but anyway, so if we have the small pullback from Bitcoin, meaning we can get down to about $28 for Solana.
So $28 is your buy zone. Okay, I think we should be a little bit more conservative. Why? Because I think that we should try and look for cheap entries right now, right? As opposed to because I think there's going to be many bargains, and I don't think that we should be FOMOing in right now.
I won't buy now. I'd wait for that 28, 27 in that region. I'd wait for a small pullback. Solana's already done today. What is it? 30%. I can't buy on a 30% pump already, but I'll buy on a little retrace from that 30%, definitely.
Okay, so let's set a buying price where if we get this buying price, we're gonna know that Solana is at an absolute bargain.
Yeah, absolute bargain. We'll be back down to the thing. So that's running between $25 and $27. Definitely. Definitely.
Let's look at Kusama.
Cool. So I'll get it up here quick. Kusama. It actually took Kusama went very cheap, eh? I was actually very surprised.
$189 is what I paid for it yesterday.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. And it's still very, very, very low. It hasn't actually, it's recovered. Well, it's pushed, but it hasn't really done a big push. So it literally came and filled down that big wick that we dropped. So, your $160 to your $180 is your absolute bargains for Kusama. That's ridiculous from so I would say definitely in that region. If you want to average it down to $170 in that region is a damn bargain.
Okay, so if I think $180, I mean, if you zoom in and look at like the 1 hour chart, would it not give you a better indication of the buy zone?
Yeah. So if we push up and we come down to the zones, yeah. So lower time frames, my buy target's a little bit higher. Okay, which means between the 190, 195 is where the lower time frame. Now that means if Bitcoin goes to 36, come to 33, and then we start making our way up. That would be the perfect scenario for the bullishness from the low that we got yesterday. Remember, for us to go back down to those lows aren't very high. So I'd say $190. I'm happy with $190.
Would Solana survive would Kusama survive a bear market?
Definitely.
Is there a staking reward? For sure. Why? Because you can loan your Kusama to the crowd loans, and you can get huge returns in those tokens if they become a parachain. So yeah, let's do one more. Is there anyone on this list that you're looking at and you're going, wow, that must be an absolute? I think Dot. Let's look at Dot. Dot looks.
I was so shocked yesterday to see it at $13. I was like blown away to see it drop to those regions. So Dot, same thing with shorts. Push up to that zone, get to there, pull back down. Sure, $15. I'm happy. $14 to $15. I'm very happy. See, I don't see the prices going as low as we went yesterday. They got absolutely, that was way over exaggerated. We're back on support. So $15. I'm happy with Dot, and I'm very happy with Dot. $15.
Okay, so what do you say? What we do then is we leave it for today, and tomorrow we actually do a whole show about.
I'll prep all of it. I'll pre-prep all of it.
Yeah, we'll do a whole show around these numbers.
This is amazing, and firstly, will it survive bear market is the best question you can ever ask, and the staking is huge. I think if people understand the staking that we're getting these coins and the staking with it, it's huge. I think this is brilliant. It's one of the best things we've ever done.
Yeah,
definitely.
So we will give you guys a shopping list. We will show you guys every single column here in the shopping list is amazing. Like looking at what the low is and seeing where you are now relative to the low, like $6.18 versus $4.59. Rune is still a great buy. It's bounced 35%, but if you can get it like $5.50, buy it.
That's ridiculous, yeah.
I mean, remember you can, and there's some tokens here that you can stake and earn like ridiculous numbers. You can earn like on Cake. I think you can earn 190% on Cake.
Yeah, Cake's huge. Yeah, Cake's definitely huge. And you know what's important about this, right? Think about last year's drop in the March drop. If Bitcoin fell to $3,500. Okay, and that was the low. This is where we're sitting now. What was the low that we got to? And you ended up buying it at $5,000 Bitcoin. Look what it still turns out in this. So even though it was a little bit above that low, look where you're buying it though. You're buying it literally just after low, like a massive, guys, look at those percentages. 70, 80, 60% off from those highs. It's ridiculous where we're buying them.
Yeah. So what we'll do now is we will spend the next 24 hours populating this for you guys. We'll look at our favorite tokens, and we will come back to you guys tomorrow with the buy targets, with the staking rewards. And based on the buy targets, the staking rewards, and the potential upside, we will rank these purchases for the community. And then we will share this spreadsheet with the community. And we will make sure that our community don't share it with any of the salty people who don't know how to make their own decisions, who blame everybody else for their decisions. What do you think?
I tell every damn like, you're not putting a stop loss. You know what I mean? This is what we teach. This is why we teach you guys how to fish. It's all important. But I think this thing is huge, Ran. Let's get this full up. I think by Friday, if we can have all of it filled in order, illicit, it's one of the best things we could ever give.
Okay, so you know, maybe we'll try for tomorrow. If not, then maybe we'll cancel the banter show. In fact, let us know now in the comments. Should we, instead of doing the full banter show, should we rather do a full shopping list show with me and Sheldon? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. We've got about 2 more minutes. Let's see what the people say here. Oh, they're saying, please add where to stake. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We'll add where to stake too. How's that?
Brilliant.
Yes, okay. We're getting a yes from Nando. Nando, yes from him. We're getting, we got shopping list. Rather do the full shopping list. All right, well, the people have spoken. To
be honest, Ren, there's a lot of time to banter this year. For now, I think this is important. We're at these zones now. We're here now. So let's act now.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we will get our team working on this. We will get our team populating it. First, we'll decide what the tokens are. Then we will look and add in all the metrics. Then we will add in the staking reward. Then we will add in a link of where you can stake it. And then we will send the spreadsheet out to the community and we will rank it for you guys. And then you guys do what you want. But remember, you got to be responsible.
Awesome, buddy.
My man, see you tomorrow, my brother.
We continue. We're here every day. Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right,
cheers,
brother.
guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, man. And thank you guys for watching, especially for the salty people who are watching. I will see you guys again tomorrow, and then I'll see you guys again on Friday. And then I will not see you again for a week, because then I'm going to Mexico. And I may come to you from Mexico. I'm going on a bit of a vacation. So I will see you guys again soon. Until then, if you are trading, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their own research.